Alec is eating every day. He's gonna do that video or he's gonna eat forever. I mean, you stopped for like 2 hours.
I didn't think it was gonna take so long. Fucking just bought one. I bought one fucking thing. Took forever.
You want that one?
I guess you want to have the park in the background.
Hey guys, it's Alec Torelli and welcome back to Ask Alec, where I take your questions, answer them in quick videos here. Today's question comes from an anonymous reader, and he's in a particular spot. He's 17 years old, lives with his parents, and they don't really approve of what he wants to do with his life. And I really can relate to this guy because I was in a spot similar to myself where I wanted to pursue an esoteric profession like poker at a very young age, and I understand what it's like not to have the approval of the people around you. So he wants to be a cross-country mountain bike racer, but his parents kind of want him to have a little more of a traditional life. They want him to go to college, pursue a business degree, do something a little more stable. And the frustrating part is that he's really eloquent, he writes very well, and he says that his parents are under a lot of stress, and when he tries to talk to them, they basically just aren't reasonable. They're not really rational about the situation. They just yell at him and tell him that to go pursue what they want. And they basically say, don't pursue your dreams. And he feels like if he does this, he has a divide. If he does this, they're gonna sort of disown him. But if he doesn't do this, he's gonna feel like, he's leaving his hopes and dreams on the table to try and please someone else. So, man, I know you're in a tough spot, and I really wanted to do my best for this video because I definitely feel like I've gone through this before. So, hope you take something away from it. I would first say three things to consider. One is you got to consider the situation with your parents. First, I would say that you have to understand that they love you and they're trying to do. I genuinely want to believe that parents in this spot try to do what they think is best for you. I think the hard part is that they love you so much and they want the best for you so much, but they might not understand that you're simply different than them. But I think it's something that you shouldn't ever take personally. And even if they don't understand you or what you want to do with your life, that's just part of the way the world works. Everybody's different. But the key is that you really can't live your life to please someone else, whether it's a person you don't know or the expectations of anybody else that comes into your life. And as hard as that is with the people that are closest to you that you love, like your parents, it also includes them. Because if you can't make yourself happy, you can't make anybody else happy. So you really have to fulfill yourself first and do what makes you passionate and joyful and feels like gives you meaning in your life. And then I think you could work on the relationship that you have with your parents. So I think try and making them understand that this is something that's that you really love and that's gives you a lot of meaning is a good start, and just being patient with them in the process. Another thing to remember is when they yell at you, I feel like, or when people are really upset at you for something that you didn't do, oftentimes it's not something that is a personal attack on you, but rather a reflection of something that is about themselves. So maybe that it's something that they regret not doing something when they were young. I don't know. I don't want to judge their situation, but I feel like it's clearly not something that you are doing morally object or wrong. And so, someone being upset about it might be just, them being upset about something in themselves that they see in you, but it really doesn't have anything to do with you. That being said, you still want to have a amicable relationship, and you want their approval, you want their help and support, because that's really, really important to achieving your dreams and what you want to do. So one way I found that this really helped with my parents and people that I've known in my career and colleagues and friends around me was to start by taking myself seriously. So I wanted to say, okay, what things would I be doing today at 17 years old? I was exactly in the same spot if I was already a successful professional. So I looked at the people that were 10 years ahead of me in my industry that I wanted to be like, and I started acting like them today. Because when you take yourself seriously and you start to be professional in your approach towards whatever it is you're trying to do, other people see that and they're inspired by that, and they start to take you seriously and respect you more for what you're trying to do. This is especially important in an industry that doesn't command respect, like being a mountain bike racer or being a poker player. It's something that is very, esoteric to pursue, and it's high risk, I guess. Not everybody makes it to the top, and so they probably just want you to do something more stable that they see guarantees you a better chance of success in the future. And so showing them that you're taking it really seriously, and even that you have like a business plan, that you're like, these are the events I want to go to, this is how much money I can make, this is how I'm going to support myself, and if not, this is my backup plan, I really feel like will help make the conversation more intimate and make them more likely to support you. If that still doesn't work, what you're really going to need is to become financially independent, because ultimately the limitations of someone's authority over you come when they're not supporting you anymore. So right now it seems like they do still have a lot of leverage over you. You're living at home, and they are, essentially going to have to be in agreement with you about where you go to college or what you pursue in your life, or even if you want to do this mountain biking thing, they're going to have to support you. You need resources and training, and you need to pay to travel and go to events, and you need finances for that. So the key thing I would say is find a way to become financially independent that isn't contingent on your success as a pro athlete. So of course you're going to have to dedicate yourself a majority to being a pro athlete to be successful, and it's great to be able to make it successful as a pro athlete. But in case that doesn't work, start creating a backup plan now. And you mentioned something like being a mountaineering guide. I think that's awesome, and I think there's so many people that would benefit from information or skills or services of someone that's a mountaineering guide or a bike trainer or a bike professional like yourself. So maybe putting your services out online, offering training, coaching on the side, or working with a team, or selling a product that has to do with, a guide to mountaineering in Yosemite, or whatever it is, could be something that could be a valuable resource for you to accumulate money, which gives you financial independence from your parents and also gives you more freedom and time to pursue that dream that you really want to do. So money is the key, piece of freedom here that gives you all the other access to the things in your life that you really want to pursue. So the key takeaway here for another business approach or another way to make money is to make sure it accentuates your lifestyle that you want to have and allows you further to pursue your dreams, doesn't take away from it. So maybe you have to grind a little bit and get a day job in the meantime, but try to find something that is flexible. Maybe you could even bike to work and train your biking that way, but try to find something that accentuates the life you want to have and doesn't suck all your energy and take away from it. So I prefer online businesses. I think that would be great. If you can find a way to make something work by selling your services online, that really is a key ticket to freedom. So now you're in a spot where you're really wondering, should I go to college? Should I do what they're saying, or should I do what I want to do? Of course, I'm not qualified. I'm not in the spot to tell you exactly what you should do for your life. I can't take that responsibility. But from my experience, I can only tell you about what I did and what worked for me. And I feel like looking back on my situation, I was the one that pursued what I want and said, screw all the rest. I went for my goals and dreams of being a professional poker player. I left college at 18 to travel the world and play poker full time. That was my dream. I felt like I was at a pivotal moment when I was at university, and I said to myself, if I don't do this now, and I do give myself these 4 years to pursue college, when I'm 22, my window of chasing this is going to close. Maybe it won't close, but it's certainly going to be increasingly frivolous and risky as I get older. So you really have one of the best things in the world going for you. More importantly than your financial situation is you have your youth, man. And if I was 17, you could pursue anything in the world because you have more time than other people. Even if they have more money, people that are 55 and have kids and responsibility and all this stuff going in their life, they can't drop everything and go be a professional mountain biker because it's too late for them. So you have the biggest asset in the entire world. I would give my entire net worth to be 17 again. 11 more years, I could always make money something, but I can never get more time. So you have something that nobody else in the world has. You have time, and I think that you should give yourself a deadline for when you're going to stop pursuing this mountain biking thing full time. Maybe when you've reached the tipping point of, look, I can't make it anymore, or I've tried my hardest, but it's clear I'm not going to make it. So maybe you say, look, I'm going to give myself a deadline. These are the actionable steps I'm going to take between now and then. This is my business plan to be a professional athlete. Start treating yourself like a professional today. But dude, if it were up to me, man, I would pull the trigger and pursue your dreams. I think it's something that you're always going to regret if you don't do. And life is short. You don't want to be 28, 38, 48 being angry at someone else in the world that you didn't pursue the dreams that you have. So I would go for it and just be smart about it and do your best. That's all you can do. So yeah, my man, I can't tell you exactly what to do. Of course, you got to trust your gut and go from your heart. And if you really feel like you're going to succeed, I would say go for it. But the key thing here is you have your entire life to deal with the bullshit of everything else around you. You might screw up at this, screw up at that, and find yourself in a spot where you're 28, you're married, you have a kid now, and now you have responsibilities where you really do have to grind and you don't have the options and the freedom that you have now. And you might have your whole life to deal with bullshit. So I would try and find a way to make the life you want now. And if that's being a mountain biker, dude, I feel like you gotta go. All right, man, good luck to you. And that's it. Go for it, buddy. See ya.